today we're going to explore the work of Luc Carlin, LMC. He's played this really key role in documenting cannabis culture.
Yeah, he really has.
Our main source is this Nug Notes article documenting the culture, how LMC became weed storyteller. Pretty interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission really is to get a handle on how this one guy, LMC, has captured the whole evolution of cannabis, from the Wild West days right up to now.
Well, what's kind of striking is how early he got involved. Started smoking at 13, apparently.
Wow, okay.
And then actually worked in Seattle's unregulated medical dispensaries. It was back when he was in high school, like 2010 to 2015.
Right.
He even compares that time to what's happening in New York right now. So it gives him this unique perspective.
That makes sense. He saw it firsthand.
Exactly. And he was there for Washington's early recreational market, too, dealing with, both the legacy folks and the new licensed brands like Space Weed USA. That direct experience, it really feeds into everything he does now.
Okay, so he had the groundwork. How did he transition into, making content about it?
Well, in 2018, he became director of marketing at a place called Cannabis.
Okay.
And then just a year later, 2019, he launched his YouTube series, High Design by LMC.
Ah, High Design, I've seen that. Focused on branding, culture, business strategy, that kind of thing.
Precisely. And that was really him stepping up as this new voice in cannabis media, a pretty significant one.
And he didn't waste any time, apparently.
No kidding. He put out almost 1,000 videos in that first year. Think about that. It's like 3 videos a day.
1,000. Wow. That's
Fully.
insane.
And it worked. He quickly pulled in this really diverse audience. You had trappers, bud tenders, dispensary owners, brand builders, other creators watching his stuff.
A real mix.
Yeah, real mix. And now he's got over 155,000 followers across his platforms. Quite the reach.
Okay, so let's talk collaborations. That seems like a big part of his work. He's done deep dives, right? Interviews with some big names like Berner from Cookies, Ivan from Jungle Boys, Connected Cannabis Co.
Yep, all of them. And those talks, they often reveal these key moments or shifts in the industry.
Like what? Any examples?
Well, his conversation with Berner, for instance, really highlighted how brands started using celebrity endorsements differently, a real evolution there.
Interesting.
And he's also documented guys like CaliPlug, the 10 Co., Backpack Boys, focusing on their branding, the licensing maze, their cultural impact.
Right. And he just hosted As Yola recently, too, another huge cannabis creator.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you kind of connect the dots, LMC isn't just reporting news. He's building this incredible archive.
An archive of the people and the moments shaping cannabis.
Exactly. These interviews, they offer insights you just don't get anywhere else about how the culture and the business grew.
And since 2021, his whole media thing has just exploded, right? Into a multi-channel hub.
Totally. It's not just one channel anymore. You've got the main LMC channel for news, business stuff, legalization updates.
Then High Design, which is more documentary-style breakdowns of brands and figures. He did one on cookies marketing, I think.
Yeah, that's the one. Then there's LMC Reports for market analysis, current events, retro tech, which is kind of cool, linking strains to history and tech nostalgia.
Oh, interesting.
And the Trap Tree series, which tells stories from the traditional unlicensed market.
So he's really covering all the bases.
Absolutely. It shows how dedicated he is.
Right.
And his work exploring the traditional and global markets is really key.
Filming operations everywhere.
Yeah, legal and underground stuff in New York, Texas, even down in Colombia. It lets him connect these different weed cultures globally and show how prohibition tactics still kind of linger everywhere.
So what is it about his approach that makes it resonate so much? The article mentions this blend.
Yeah, it's like he blends his own cannabis roots, his firsthand experience, with the filmmaker's perspective. He uses history, research, real stories.
To keep it authentic.
Exactly. To preserve the culture's authenticity.
Yeah.
And he seems genuinely focused on empowering the smaller players, sharing information.
Right. That combination of being an insider but also a skilled storyteller.
That's it. That's why his content clicks with industry old-timers and the new guys, the grassroots operators. He's documenting and informing.
And his recent stuff like the Spray Pack documentary, that sounds intense. An exposé.
Yeah, on a pretty controversial trend. It's already hit over 100,000 views.
Wow.
And it's definitely stirring up a lot of conversation. It just kind of cements his role as this really important documentarian for the whole scene.
It shows he's not afraid to tackle the tough stuff either.
Not at all. And the quick traction it got just proves his influence is still growing in this, constantly changing landscape.
So wrapping this up, LMC's journey is pretty remarkable. from being deep inside the industry to becoming, arguably, its most vital chronicler.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how one person's, passion project can turn into such a complete record of a world that's evolving so fast.
It really is. And, that kind of leads to a final thought for you listening. As you see new subcultures or industries popping up, how important do you think it is to have people like LMC documenting them, really capturing the details as they happen?
Yeah, what kind of understanding are today's creators actually building for the future? Something to think about.